and welcome back to another video. As you can see by the title, this week's video is going to be a Myprotein taste test. So I have done a video like this in the past where I tried all of the flavours of their Impact Whey protein, well, all of the ones that were in stock at the time anyways, and a lot of people seem to really like that video, so I thought it might be fun to do a part 2 and this time taste test all of the flavours of clear whey that they do. So for anyone that doesn't know, clear whey is pretty much like a different version of a protein shake. So normal protein shakes tend to make like a milkshakey, creamy, frothy type drink, whereas the clear whey makes like a fruity juice type drink. So both are slightly different in that sense, but they are both really high in protein, and yeah, they can both be used as a protein shake. So the other day I went onto the Myprotein website and I ordered samples of every single flavour that they had in stock. I have tried quite a few flavours of the clear whey previous to this video. It is something that I have quite a lot, so I have tried a couple of the flavours already, so I didn't buy samples for those just to kind of save a little bit of money. So I will still be mentioning those flavours and rating them and talking about them, but I've just not got them here to taste, but they will still be included in the video. So I've got quite a lot to get through, so let's get started. Okay, so first up I am going to go for a flavour that I've never ever tried before and I'm actually really excited to try. I don't know why I've never picked this one up before. We are going to be trying the pineapple one. So this is what it looks like. It's like a kind of yellowy green colour, and as you can see, compared to like a normal protein shake, it's kind of more see-through in a sense. Like it's a lot more like juicy than milkshakey. So let's give this a taste. I am going to be rating them all out of 10 as well, so that'll be included for every flavour. It does smell pineapple-y. I think like the first initial flavour that you get is a little bit sour in a way, but once you like keep drinking it, it does kind of like mellow out into quite a nice pineapple-y flavour. I could definitely like sit and drink that. That is one thing that I find with the clear whey. I find them a lot easier to drink than like the standard protein shakes. So yeah, I think I'd be able to like sit and enjoy that quite a lot. Having said that though, there are definitely better flavours out there in my opinion. I think I'm gonna rate that one a 7. 7 out of 10 for the pineapple. It has got a little bit of a sour taste to it, but once you get over that, it is quite nice, and yeah, quite enjoyable. So 7 out of 10 for the pineapple. Okay, up next I am going to go for a limited edition flavour. So they did have quite a few limited edition ones on the website, but I thought I would pick them up and include them in this video. I don't know how long they're going to be around for, but they are still available at the moment as I'm filming this video. They're all part of the Jelly Belly range, and this flavour is Bubblegum. I do normally think that Bubblegum is quite, like, it's a very sweet flavour, and I would never ever like choose something that was bubblegum flavoured, but I'm quite excited for this one. That does not taste like bubblegum. It's kind of got like a weird like fizz to it in a way. It's kind of a bit sherbety, like it's got like that like fizzy sort of feeling. Definitely doesn't taste like bubblegum though. I don't know what it tastes like. It's not got like, it has obviously got a flavour, but it's more just kind of like a fizzy flavour than anything else. I definitely wouldn't put it down as bubblegum, but it is quite nice. I think rating wise, I am gonna rate that one 5 out of 10, because it's not terrible and like I could drink it, but I mean, yeah, not really my cup of tea, that one. Next one, I'm actually looking forward to this one. This does sound like quite up my street. So we are going for the raspberry lemonade flavour. I have had the cranberry and raspberry flavour before, so I'm thinking that this one's going to taste very similar. I mean, raspberry lemonade, very similar flavours. It looks pretty much identical to the other one as well, so we'll see what it's like. Okay, so it's actually a completely different flavour to the cranberry and raspberry. It is a lot more like lemonade-y. That does definitely come through quite a lot. I quite like that. It has got like that bitter kind of taste with the lemonade, but the raspberry does kind of add that little bit of sweetness to it. So yeah, I actually really like that one. It's quite like a nice like mellow flavour in a sense, and it's really like, it's like a nice like quite refreshing drink, and yeah, I really like that one actually. So I'm gonna rate that one, I might give it a 9, you know. I think comparing it to the cranberry and raspberry that I've had before, I actually would maybe say that I prefer this one. So yeah, I'm gonna go for 9 out of 10 for the raspberry lemonade. Okay, next one, we are going for another one of the Jelly Belly flavours. So this is the Very Cherry. I'm not normally a massive fan of like cherry flavoured things. So I'm not really sure how I'm gonna feel about this one, but I do think it'll be interesting to see if it has that fizz like the same as the bubblegum one. That does smell very strong of cherry, so I'm not really sure if I'm gonna like this one, but we'll see. It's actually okay, to be fair. The smell is a lot stronger than the taste, and it doesn't have that fizz that the bubblegum had. It's quite just like a nice like soft cherry flavour. It's still probably not one that I would choose just due to personal preference, but I think it tastes okay, and if you like cherry then this one might be quite a good one for you. I think I would maybe give that one, I'm gonna say 6 just because of personal preference. So yeah, 6 out of 10 for the Jelly Belly Very Cherry. Okay, up next we have got one I've actually already tried before, so I don't know why I picked up this flavour because I know what it tastes like. But we have got Grape. I am quite a big fan of this one. I do really like it. It's definitely one of my favourite ones, that one. It does taste like, it is quite a strong flavour, but like it's really nice. It's quite sweet actually compared to a lot of the other ones. The only thing that I think would make this better would be if it was fizzy. Like I just think like a fizzy grape drink would be really nice, but obviously you can't really do that. So yeah, I do personally really like the grape. I think it's a really nice flavour, and rating wise I would probably give it 8.5 out of 10. Definitely one of the better ones. Okay, next one we have got another limited edition one, and to be honest I don't really know how I feel about this one. The colour of it doesn't really look that appetising, and the smell of it I'm not really enjoying, so I don't know how this one's going to be. But we have got Toffee Apple flavour. I think that this flavour is quite nice for this time of year, obviously kind of getting into Halloween. I feel like toffee apples are quite Halloweeny, so definitely good for this time of year. This is what it looks like. So it's this kind of like brown colour. As I mentioned, not very appetising, so it's kind of putting me off, to be honest. I'm a bit nervous to try this one. And yeah, the smell's actually not that bad now. When I was initially mixing it up, it was very strong and I didn't really like it, but it's kind of settled down a little bit now. Okay. That is so weird. That is literally like the weirdest flavour I have ever tried. It's not bad though. I think when you first take a sip, you do get like the apple, and the apple like really comes through, but then after a few seconds, it gets very sweet, and it kind of tastes like you're drinking syrup, which is obviously like the toffee part of it. But yeah, it's just a very like weird sensation in your mouth, I would say. But it's not like a horrible flavour. It's just weird. Would I buy that flavour again? Probably not. It feels like it's, I don't know, it just feels like you're drinking syrup, and it's really weird. Especially because it is like more of like a juice. It's like a syrup juice, which is just kind of a bit strange to me. So rating wise, I think I might give that one a 4. Yeah, just a standard 4. I think out of all the flavours that I've had so far, this is definitely my least favourite, and probably the only one that I would probably like refuse to drink, if that makes sense. So yeah, not really a massive fan of that one. But up next, I'm gonna go for one that I am quite looking forward to actually. So we have got tropical dragon fruit flavour. So in America, they do a dragon fruit refresher at Starbucks, and it is honestly like the nicest thing. It's pretty much all I drank when I was in Florida earlier this year, so I'm hoping that this is going to taste very similar to the Starbucks Dragonfruit refresher. That's definitely got a punch to it. It's kind of got like a weird taste initially. Like when it first gets into your mouth, it's very like sour, and it doesn't really taste as I expected. Definitely a bit of a disappointment, that one. I mean, if you like sour stuff, then you would probably quite like that, but for me, just like as a drink, I don't really think I would enjoy like drinking it. Definitely not my favourite one, which is annoying because I was expecting to really like that one. But anyways, we move. I think I might rate it 5 out of 10. Yeah, definitely not the nicest, and just completely the opposite to what I was expecting. So 5 out of 10 for the tropical dragonfruit. The next one sounds very summery. So up next we are trying the mango and coconut. I think I probably quite like this one. I mean, I like mango and I like coconut, so technically should enjoy this. Oh, it smells very mango-y. It smells like, what's that drink called, that mango one? Rubicon. Smells exactly the same as that. Doesn't quite taste as nice as it smells. It tastes a bit perfumey, I want to say. So on this one, it's like the aftertaste that's a bit weird. The initial taste is like, it's mango, and it does taste really nice, but I don't know if it's maybe like the coconut flavouring that they're using, but it does taste a bit like perfumey, soapy. That's the only way that I can describe it. So yeah, definitely a bit of a weird one. I think maybe if they just did like mango on its own, that might be quite nice. Or mango and passion fruit might be really nice. But yeah, I just don't really think the mango and the coconut goes well together. Again, not really up to much, not what I was expecting. Definitely wouldn't pick that one up again. I just think the flavours like need tweaked a little bit. So I think I might give that one, I think I might say 5.5, because it is nicer than that tropical dragonfruit one that we've just had, but definitely one of the worst out of the collection that we've had so far. So 5.5 for mango and coconut. So we're back onto another one of the Jelly Belly flavours. So this time we have got Berry Blue, which I'm assuming is going to be like a blue raspberry type flavour. It's not bad. It's a very, like, again, it's a very like soft flavour. If I maybe put too much water in that? No. I thought maybe it was just too diluted and that's why it didn't really taste so much, but I've put the same amount of water in as I have in all the others. So yeah, it just doesn't really taste much. Like, it has got like a little bit of a taste there, but it doesn't scream blue raspberry. Having said that though, I would definitely rather have this one than a lot of the other flavours that we've tried so far in this video. So it's not a bad flavour, like it is quite nice and it is quite enjoyable, but it just doesn't really do that much, if that makes sense. What are we going to say about this one? I think I might rate it, I'm going to say 6.5. I mean, it is quite enjoyable and like I would happily sit and drink this whole thing and like quite enjoy it. It's just like lacking a little bit of flavour. So I'm gonna say, yeah, 6.5 for the Jelly Belly Berry Blue, that's what it's called. We are going for the bitter lemon flavour up next. Let's see if it smells strongly of lemon. Okay, so I think this one is gonna be very sour. Even just the smell is sour. A bit nervous about this one now that I've smelt it. It's definitely lemon. This one, it isn't really my cup of tea, to be honest. It's just very sour and I don't find that enjoyable. I think it's different like if you've got like a lemon tart, for example. I think if that's a little bit sour, it's quite nice because it like cuts the sweetness. Whereas when it's in a drink, because you've not really got any sweetness to go with it, it's just very like, I just don't like it. But if you're into like bitter lemon drinks, then I definitely think you would quite like this one. I think I might give it, I think I'm gonna say 6, just because it's one of those where it's down to personal preference, and I don't think it's a bad flavour. I think, yeah, if you're into stuff like that, then you would really enjoy it. So yeah, 6 out of 10 for the bitter lemon. Okay, we've got another one of the Jelly Belly. This time we've got green apple. I do quite like apple juice, so I hope that this is gonna be nice. It doesn't really taste like apple, in my opinion. I mean, I think obviously because I know it's apple, you can sort of be like, okay, fair enough, yeah, that's apple. But if you didn't know what the flavour was before trying it, I think you'd probably struggle to tell. It seems to be like a common thing with the Jelly Belly ones that the flavour isn't really that strong. It's a very like subtle flavour. Again, it's another one of those where I would happily sit and drink it and I would probably quite enjoy it, but I just don't know if I would like rush to buy it again, if that makes sense. It's not like a bad flavour, and I think probably out of all of the Jelly Belly ones that I've tried, I would probably say that this one is my favourite out of those ones. But yeah, it's not one that I would like rush to have again. So rating wise, I think I might give this one, I kind of want to say 7, even though I've just said I wouldn't rush to buy it again. I feel like it does deserve a 7. I think the only reason that I'm saying that I wouldn't buy it again is just because I know that there are like loads of other flavours that I prefer to this one. And when you compare it to like some of like the not so good flavours, this is definitely like pretty good. So yeah, I think I'm gonna say 7 out of 10 for the Jelly Belly green apple flavour. This next one, when I was mixing it up, it had a very strong smell. So I'm not really sure what to expect for this one because I wasn't expecting it to be like as strong as what it smelled. So we have got white peach up next. It's very strong. And again, it smells quite perfumey, so I don't know if it's going to be another one that tastes like kind of like perfume. We'll see. Oh wow. It's another one of those. It's like the, which one was it? The bubblegum one. It's kind of got like that sherbet fizzy flavour to it. I mean, the flavour itself, like, it is a bit of a shock when you first sip it, but once you get used to the flavour, like, it is quite nice. It's just a bit of a weird one, like not what I was expecting at all. The more I get used to it, the more I do actually really like that one, to be fair. So I think I might give that 8 out of 10, I want to say. Yeah, if you're trying this one, all I would say is give it a chance, and yeah, it gets better the more you drink it. Okay, this next one, again, the colour of it is kind of putting me off a little bit. Leave a comment down below now, what flavour do you think this is? Because I was not expecting this to be this colour. But we have got lemon iced tea, which I guess, I mean, iced tea is this colour, isn't it? But yeah, I was not expecting it to look like this for whatever reason, and I just think it's just not a very nice colour to like want to drink. But anyways, we'll see what it's like. Obviously the last lemon one I wasn't a fan of. It was very sour, so I'm hoping this is going to be like a bit more of a subtle flavour. Oh, it doesn't smell the best. Okay. Why is it that all the brown ones just smell a little bit funny? It's not bad. It's definitely better than the other lemon one that we had. It's not like as sour and as bitter. It's a lot more of like a more subtle lemon taste. It does still taste like lemon though. It has kind of got like a soapy kind of taste to it though. I feel like I've said that about like quite a few of these drinks. Why do they all taste like perfume and soap? No, it's not all of them, just a couple of them. But this has definitely got like a kind of soapy undertone, let's say. Not my favourite again, but it is better than the other lemon. So what did I rate the other lemon one? 5, I think. I'm gonna say 5.5 for this one. I mean, it's not the worst flavour, but definitely will not be purchasing again. And then this is the last one that we've got to try. So this flavour is rainbow candy. I had this flavour as a pre-workout before, and I remember it sort of being one of those where it kind of makes you go like, so I wonder, but then I don't know if that was just because it was a pre-workout, because a lot of pre-workouts do kind of have that sour taste. So it'll be interesting to see what this tastes like as a protein shake as opposed to pre-workout. I remember it being very, very sweet, kind of like a Skittles type flavour. That just tastes exactly the same as the pre-workout. Again, it has got that sour kick, which I think there are obviously a lot of people out there that do really like sour things. So anything that I've mentioned is sour, you will probably like if you like sour things, but it's just not really my cup of tea. If I was to drink something like that, it would be more like forcing myself to drink it rather than actually enjoying it. For that one, I think it's probably one of like the better sour ones that I've tasted. But again, we didn't rush to buy a full tub. So I think I might give that 6. I think it was better than that lemon iced tea one. I would rather have the rainbow candy than the lemon iced tea, but definitely on like the lower side of the spectrum when it comes to all the flavours that we've tried. So yeah, I'm gonna say 6 out of 10 for the rainbow candy. Okay, so that is all the samples that I've got to try, but as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I have already tried quite a few flavours of the clear whey that I do still want to include in this video, but I just didn't get samples for them because I didn't see the point of buying the samples when I already know what they taste like. So there's a couple of flavours I just kind of want to talk through and rate before we finish the video. So the first one I've already mentioned, I think it was one of like the earlier flavours in the video, but Cranberry and Raspberry is probably one of my favourite clear whey flavours. I absolutely love it. Like, it's so easy to drink. It's just like a nice fruity flavour. You get the cranberry, you get the raspberry, it's not sour, it's just like a really nice flavour. But I personally really enjoy that one. So for Cranberry and Raspberry, I would give that one a 9 out of 10. I've always got a tub of that in my cupboard, and yeah, it's always been my go-to. So 9 out of 10 for the Cranberry and Raspberry. They do also have a Vimto range out at the moment, which has a clear whey included, and I absolutely love it. It tastes exactly like Vimto, and I mean, like, you cannot go wrong with it. It tastes exactly as you expect it to. Really easy to drink, and it's just like having Vimto but with added protein. So win-win. I absolutely love that flavour, and I would also give the Vimto a 9 out of 10 as well. The next flavour is Mojito, which I was very apprehensive about trying. I just couldn't really imagine like a Mojito flavoured protein shake. I just kind of thought it was going to be quite weird, and to be honest, it definitely was not a favourite of mine. All I remember it tasting like was frozen peas, which I know sounds really weird, but that is all I could taste when I was drinking it, and I've got no idea why. Yeah, Mojito, I would definitely avoid that flavour if I was you. Really not a fan of it, and I think out of all of the flavours that I've had in this video, I would probably rate Mojito as the lowest. So I would maybe give that one like a 2 out of 10 because it was not enjoyable whatsoever. Next one to mention is technically 2 flavours, but I think that they taste very similar. So they do an orange and they do an orange and mango. Both I think taste pretty much the same. I don't really think there's much difference between the two, so I thought I'd just kind of put them together and talk about them as one. They do taste very orangey. It's just basically like having orange juice in my opinion. In the orange mango one, I don't really get much mango from it at all. It's just that orange flavour that that I notice. So yeah, the orange and the orange mango, I'm gonna group them together because to me they're the same flavour, and I would probably give those maybe a 7 out of 10. Quite enjoyable. I mean, orange is just kind of like a standard, like a safe flavour, and I think it works really well. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for the orange and for the orange mango. Another one that I really like is watermelon, which I think it's one of those flavours that you're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. To me, it tastes like, it is quite a sour taste. It kind of tastes like those little watermelon sweets that you get, but I absolutely love those. And yeah, the watermelon clear Whey, it's definitely, I've had it quite a few times. I've bought like a couple of tubs and I've always finished it off and quite enjoyed it. So watermelon, I would probably say is like one of my favourites. So I would probably rate the watermelon 8 out of 10. It's not my favourite, there's definitely better flavours out there, but it is definitely like one of the top contenders. So 8 out of 10 for the watermelon flavour. The last flavour that I'm going to mention is the peach iced tea flavour. I think this was probably one of the first ones that I ever tried, and my first impression of it was like I really liked it. It is quite a subtle flavour. I think that white peach one that we tried earlier on in this video is a completely different flavour to that peach iced tea. The peach iced tea is a lot more like peachy, like quite soft, quite like, it's just like a nice, like, what's the word? Just like a soft flavour, that's kind of the only way I can describe it. It's just one of those drinks where you can just kind of like sip on it, and I think that the peach iced tea tastes really nice. So I would probably give that one 7.5. So yeah, we're finishing off on quite a good note. 7.5 for the peach iced tea. And that is all the flavours that we are going to be talking about in this video. Myprotein, they do probably have quite a few other flavours available in the clear Whey. The ones that I picked up was just what was available when I did my order, so they might have some other ones that I've not mentioned. One thing that is worth mentioning actually that I've kind of noticed in my experience with the clear Whey is that they're much more enjoyable if you let them settle for a little bit before you drink it. So I always shake it and let it sit for a few minutes, shake it again, let it sit, and then repeat again, shake it, let it sit. So 3 times through that process before I actually drink it. I just find that if you drink it too quickly, it kind of like coats your mouth in a way, and you kind of get like a bit of a film on the inside of your mouth from like the powder if you don't let it settle. So yeah, that is probably something that is worth mentioning for anyone that does want to try the clear Whey. Please let it settle before you drink it, and it's just much more enjoyable that way. So that is it for today's video. In terms of flavours that I would recommend, I mean, my personal favourites have been the raspberry lemonade, the cranberry and raspberry, and the Vimto. They would probably be my top 3 flavours that I would recommend you try. On the other hand, ones that I would probably avoid if I was you, number 1, the Mojito, 100%, that is like my worst flavour. What else have we had? The Toffee Apple one, not a fan of that. And what else have we had? Maybe the bitter lemon. I would say they would probably be my bottom 3. But obviously it is just kind of down to personal preference. Some of the flavours that I've said have been my favourite. There's probably people out there that hate them, and the ones that I've said in my bottom 3, they will probably be some people's favourites. So yeah, all just down to personal preference. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video.